Women have been conditioned to stick around for a man to finally treat her the way that she wants to be treated.
But the desire of partnership, marriage, family is slowly like, if not even slowly, I think I'm over it.
No matter how much you're sad or no matter how bad you're seeing the relationship, just stick around for a while. Just stay. Just wait. You never can tell. It's going to change. And you can change for him. Yeah. That's what they tell women in a relationship. And they tell young girls as well. I have two videos to share with you. The first one is a woman talking about the self-sacrificing conditioning of love. They've taught women to always sacrifice everything and always hope that one day, this man is going to be who I want him to be. Then the second video is this African lady talking about the awakening, the moment you realize and you cannot unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, you know when they put a picture and they tell you, can you see number 6 in the picture? If you've not seen that number 6, you keep looking. I cannot see it. But like, you're sure you can't see it? The person that I've seen it will tell you, look. You'll be like, I can't see it. But the moment they show you and they point, this is the number 6. You know, when you look at the picture, that is all you see. That is the awakening. Once you come to that realization, you just be like, what? There's nothing. Let me read the first clip for you to watch, then we'll talk about it.
We've been conditioned through movies, through TV, through pick-me women in our lives that he's trying his best and, just sacrifice yourself even though you're not happy or whatever. Just stick around because I went through 10 years of marriage before my husband saw me as a human and treated me well. When you make that change in your journey of overcoming codependency from sacrificing yourself and ignoring red flags, if you look at him from the beginning and you just focus more on yourself and you say, how does he make me feel? Like, how does his communication style affect me? Does it make me anxious? Does this happen a lot in my relationships where I'm like, this feels like a bit much. Like, I like the attention, I like the validation, I'll admit it, but it's like, it's a little bit too much. Like the last ex that I had, like he's like, I've never felt this way about somebody before. It's like, you're 39, I'm pretty sure you have. Like, I knew it was BS, but I just like went along with it. Like again, it's like, I always compare it to indulging in junk food. It's like, it's not good for you, but like it feels good in the moment and it really doesn't feel good afterwards. You don't feel too good about yourself. So again, be gentle on yourself because again, you've been trained to tolerate this. You've been trained to fall for potential and to fall for a man that has a lot of red flags. Anytime I watch old movies from my childhood, I'm like, no wonder. Like my favorite Disney movie was Little Mermaid. Like she literally gives up, like I'm a singer, she literally gives up her voice, her best quality to be with a man and completely changes herself, leaves her family, leaves her hometown to be with this guy. It's hammered into your head, so deconstructing this takes a while. And I definitely have experienced that where it's just like, why is it that I want to change somebody? Why is it that I keep finding myself in these positions of like, this isn't really who I want to be with? And once you recognize that, then you start looking in the beginning more for like, yeah, how does he make me feel? Like that should be the main thing. Don't focus on him and his red flags and analyzing every single text. Just be like, am I spiraling and feeling anxious when I'm normally calm? That's a sign there. Do I feel like it's a little bit like I like it, but it's too much, it's too overbearing, it's too like just look if his actions match his words. And if they don't and you don't feel good, I promise you it's much better to be single until you find somebody that does that. So that's kind of the era that I'm in now, is just, being single, really enjoying my time alone. I love living alone. So just really soak that in and don't seek out men that don't make you feel good.
I also feel like because of the body count situation, what's your body count? Or you've been with how many men now? How many guys have you been with? I feel like that fear of that alone exactly allows some women to want to stay in a relationship that doesn't make sense. And this is not a bad thing because this is what we've been conditioned to do. Always stay even though you are not happy, even though they are not giving you what you want. Don't worry, you can change him. Don't worry, he will realize that you're a good woman and come around. Don't worry, there is nothing outside. You can never find a better person. Just look at the good in him, or don't worry. Just put him aside and enjoy whatever you're enjoying, or just be with them. See, I feel like the way they condition women on leaving men is so scary because no matter what a man does, you see a man that is beating his woman to almost to death, like her eyes will be swollen, everywhere is terrible. Do you know what? She still goes back to him. And that's why a woman will stay in a relationship even though she's not happy, hoping that things will get better, or the person might change for her. And again, one thing that women usually look out for before starting to be in a relationship with a man is potential. We always look at potential. We don't look at what he can actually offer at that point. We always look like, oh, I feel like he can do this for me. I feel like he can. And that is why we go into the relationship, and if he's not doing it, we're like, maybe he's going to. Let me wait a while. Maybe he's going to. Then later on, we'll be like, he's not even doing it. So there's no point. Really, I feel like we might stop going into a relationship looking at potential, but looking at what he can do and offer you at that moment. If it's not something that you want at that moment, next. One thing about awakening, realization, and seeing that we've been lied. So I posted a video of something related to that yesterday, but I saw another creator talking about it, and I'm so glad to see women talking about it, about this awakening. And the comment section is even more beautiful because it's not just, I'm seeing like a lot of women are waking up to see that this is all a lie. These are just fantasy. Everything is just all a lie. Like for real. And the thing is, you won't see it if you have not seen it. And that is why I think me and myself have come to realization of not even forcing people to see it. Sometimes when I have some conversation with the people that have not seen it yet, and they're like, I just keep quiet. You've not gotten it. Once you get it, once you see it, you can unsee it, and that's it. And I feel like once you see it, you're happier. And even if you're in a relationship at that point, you are happier because you already know who these men are. You don't have any expectations. You don't have anything, any fantasy. There's no. Let me show you the video, then we'll come back and talk about it.
I've never been here, so I need us to brace ourselves. It's almost wingy, but hold on. I think for the first time in my life, I felt apathy towards something. It's not even about decentering men. I don't care. It's not indifference. It's not hate. It's just, when something is just existent, but you don't even pay attention to it anymore. Like, and it's so scary to me because I'm still so young. But the desire of partnership, marriage, family is slowly like, if not even slowly, I think I'm over it. I genuinely feel like I'm over it. And I kind of think like my purpose is bigger than a romantic relationship. And I used to be a lover, like I used to be a hopeless romantic, don't get me wrong. I watched all the Disney shows and how they portrayed them as emotionally mature and the leaders. But in reality, that's the opposite. Like, they're nothing like that. And if anything, just as any human, I have been empathetic towards them. Caring, understanding, but all those motherfuckers will drown you. Like, they would see help and punish you for helping them. That's crazy, like wow. But it's true. And I used to think it's like a certain man, like, oh, like a broke guy or a rich guy or like a European guy or an African man. Like, no, they're all the same. For as long as there's a Y chromosome, they just see the world as power dynamics and control dynamics. And no matter what you do as a woman, like no matter who you are, no matter how amazing and kind, that's how they'll see the world forever. And I'm not just deriving this from my experiences, because that would be like dumb to base my whole argument on that, but I'm looking at how our parents live. I'm looking at how TikTok married women are complaining about the mental load, the mental load, the workload, to the point it started making me think, like, is this thing even worth it? Like, if I could mention, most of the creeps in my life were niggas, and they get away with a lot. I mean, the world holds them to no standards whatsoever. Especially if, like, a child is misbehaving, the first person to be blamed is the mother. And there's this, like, unspoken empathy for men who do bad things. Like, like that show Adolescence. Everyone's like, oh my God, look at him. He's, like, going through so much. And, like, a woman died. I know it's fantasy, but, like, there's just this unspoken empathy for the man who's struggling and he doesn't know what he's doing. First of all, the only way that men learn is through consequences. Like, we've known this time and time again. So I don't know why we are still babysitting. I don't know, like... And when I just realized that they use women as rehabilitation centers, they literally come to you to feel like the man, to boost their ego, to be fed, to be loved, and drain that out of you, to go to another woman and cry to her about you and do the same thing to her. I don't know, guys. And every time I would listen to dark psychologists, especially women like Priscilla or even Nangami, I was like, I used to listen with half an ear because, like, I still cared about romantic relationships and I still cared about men in a sense. But then with time, I'm like, there's so much truth in this. Like, I don't even want to lie. Like, there's so much truth. Even there's a book called Things Men Don't Want You to Know, written by men, and they claim all these things. And I feel like I've seen the truth and I can't unsee it. Like, I can't unsee it. And also when I started to do, like, the deep healing, I realized how much I was basing my validation on being picked. And when I started to heal that, I realized, babe, I've been craving something that I inherently didn't even want. I just craved it because other girls were doing it, or it's like the normal thing in, like, biology. You know, we want to be together because we reproduce. But at the end of the day, when I really sat down and I realized, where do I get my value from? And when I went to that route, I finally realized I've been desiring something I don't even want or even understand. And let me say why I finally came to this conclusion. They are the most self-centered, self-absorbed people I've ever met. And I'm a giver, so I really appreciate givers or people who are just observant. What's crazy is you will really be around a man and he will not notice the impact of his actions, his words. Like, he's so disillusioned, I don't even know about what. They don't pay attention to their surroundings. Or rather, even if they do pay attention to their surroundings, they don't care. I was watching this TikTok of a girl say, like, she asked her husband to help around because they had, like, 4 kids and yada yada. And he was like, okay, can you tell me what you need me to do? That would make me go fucking crazy. How am I been living with you for years and you don't know how of being of help? You don't know how to be of help to me. There's nothing you observed me go through or do that you could take up upon. And it's like niggas in the comments like, you know, we're not perfect. You have to tell us where we need to help. Just open your eyes, guys. Like, just open your eyes. And you know what's crazy is they make women look like this superior being. Women also don't know. They're also doing life for the first time. But for some reason, they observe and they know how to be of importance or how to show up for people. What do you mean, show me how I can help? Like, what the? Just say you're incompetent. I think, like, they've really banked on this incompetence. Even, like, this violence act. It's just incompetence to their own issues. Like, incompetence to their own situations that they project on other people. And I'm not doing that shit anymore. Like, I refuse to have people around me who are not doing the work. I refuse to be, and that's most of men. I'm so sorry. I refuse to be around people who just can't observe their actions and the way the universe moves and what it needs and demands from us. There's this song by Georgia Smith called The One. Georgia Smith is a lyrical genius. It's like the one with the nice violins, and she says there's beggars, there's heartbreakers, there's takers, there's givers. She said, even if I found the one, like, even if I found the most perfect guy who was meeting all my standards, I'll still not settle. Because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Like, it's really not worth it. Especially as a woman, if you really want to tap into your power, like, as a woman, and I never used to, my frontal lobe imefunguka. I never used to understand Nangami or, like, Priscilla. I was like, oh my God, like, why be so miserable? Like, mbona, like, I know that men are bad and everything, but there has to be that one guy who come. If Georgia Smith was like, if I found the most amazing guy, I'd still be like, I'm not settling. Because at the end of the day, babe, I realize that life is very spiritual and everything is an energetic field, everything is a frequency. And this, every time I'm around these people, and I hate to be a hater, every time I'm around them, I just feel like I'm being perceived wrongly fast. Hey, nimeshakuwa, I don't even know what the wife, I don't know. They perceive me wrongly fast and they're just constantly sipping from my energy, whether that's through my emotions, whether that's through like even my worldview. I'm constantly teaching a man how to have empathy. I'm constantly teaching a man how to show up for himself. Hata mimi naishi the first time. Even me, I'm living the first time. I refuse to suffer. Babe, I think the one thing you can do to heal is release the desire to be loved or wanted. And I think I'm seeing the pearly gates. It's all a lie. And I think the stage of a woman is discovering that it was all a lie and there was nothing real about love and companionship. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Okay. And I'm not saying that because every man is bad and everything. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, child.
And this is not, oh, probably you guys are choosing wrong, because that is what some people say. Oh, you guys won't choose better. They're not. You are not choosing better. You're not seeing better. This is different. Okay, this is not being choosing better. This is when you realize you have woken up to the reality, not the fantasy that was sold. All you need to do as a woman is to get to a certain age and prioritize family. Once you've come to that realization, you will calm down. Okay? You will calm down. In fact, sometimes you are uninterested in the whole relationship thing, because at the end of the day, you're looking at something that is not going to be possible. And what's the point? And I'm so glad that younger girls are actually waking up to see this. And there's some of the comment section that I saw in that video, and people were like, I'm happy for you because you found out at this young age. And that's something older women would tell younger girls, that I'm happy you found out, because they wish they found out about this old thing while they were younger. Women were brought to this world to just serve men, do whatever a man wants, whatever he wants. A woman will do anything just to make a man happy. A woman can unfriend her best friend just to make a man happy. A woman can, stop her life just so that the man can be happy. That is how we're raised. That is what they expected from us. But I just feel like if women are growing up to say that, yeah, I need to be selfish about myself, I need to center myself and all of that, all these are going to end. Marriage is not all that. Having children is not all that. That is not the only thing you can do. Or that is not the only reason you're here. Okay? Don't pressure yourself. If you feel like, oh, I'm already getting to a certain age and it's get married, I'm not happy. Getting married doesn't guarantee your happiness. Having children doesn't guarantee your happiness. Huh? Being with a man doesn't guarantee your happiness. If you cannot find your happiness or find who you are without a man, you can't find yourself if you're with them. In fact, you will lose yourself more when you're with them. So it's better for you to focus on yourself first. Focus on yourself. And the old fantasy, I just feel like, see, that fantasy thing that was sold to us in the movies, in the storybooks and all of that, it's all a lie. Like, it's all a lie, and it takes you to see it before you can see it. There's nothing we can do about it if you have not seen it. I just feel like there's nothing anybody can do about it. And I'm saying this because I've had conversations with people that have not seen it. So when they talk, I'm like, okay. Before, I'm always like, can't you see? Can't you see? Right now, I'm so chilled about it. Okay, if you've not seen it, it's fine. The moment it clicks and they see it, they'll be the one explaining it to you. Like, can you imagine? This is this. So it gets it gets you to see it first before you get it. So if you've not seen that is all a lie, is all a fantasy for us to trap us down, to make women slave for them. Like if you've not seen it, there's nothing anybody that have seen it will tell you that you will believe. In fact, there's nothing, you always want to find an excuse on how it is not this way. Anyway, what is your take on these two videos we talked about in today's video? Let's have conversation down in the comment section. Respectfully, it's your girl Marian Davids, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one.